Alright guys, welcome to the second part of your polymorphism tutorial. And in this tutorial we're going to be going over building, well you know what, who cares what we're going to be going over, you guys just want to get into it. So let's go ahead and hopefully you watched the last tutorial, because if you didn't you're going to have no idea what's going on. So let's go ahead and import our two classes, nums.header, and you also want to go ahead and import the other class, of course, I mean why wouldn't you, and that is chars.header. And now we can, since we imported them, we can go ahead and create objects from this class. So nums, let's just go ahead and make an object called n, or we can name it Gary, you know, whatever you want, it's up to you. And go ahead and put nums alec in it, save me some space for this. And now let's go ahead and just copy that whole thing and paste right like that. So this is chars, and we'll name this object C, and there should be a hotkey for that too, so I don't have to type that out every time, because you know that's a pretty common thing. So you know, who's ever writing Xcode, just take that in note. So now, since we have objects, we can go ahead and add the methods. So the first thing we need to do is call n, and remember we have set numbers, and we have two parameters we have to pass it, 8, 10, you can put any numbers you want. So now that we have those two variables, we can go ahead and add those together. So n add, and it's going to add 8 and 10 together, and now we can go ahead and print it out. So n print. Pretty cool, huh? So this is going good so far. So now let's go ahead and use some methods from that chars class. Go ahead and put c set chars. I think that was how you spelled it. And remember, this set char1 to b and character 2 to w. So now let's just go ahead and add those together. And now let's just go ahead and print those babies out. C print. So now we're done with everything. Let's just go ahead and release our memory because we don't need it anymore. And let's just go ahead and run, save everything, and we'll see what we got. It didn't look like we get any errors, and the first thing it says, I am from the numbers class biatch, and we put 18. That's the result of adding the two numbers, and this is the result of adding two characters, and this is the print. So what is kind of the point of this tutorial now that I just typed a bunch of stuff? Well, the beauty of polymorphism is this. You see that we have two separate objects, which are of course from two separate classes, yet however they're from different classes, they have the same method names, add and print, yet whenever we try to use add and print, it doesn't get confused that, alright, am I supposed to be adding from the characters class or numbers class, the print class, or the characters class, numbers class? What am I supposed to be doing? I only have one method name, but yet I know which one to use. So polymorphism is this, plain and simple. Trust me, it's a lot easier than you thought. Objects from different classes, N and C in this case, or numbers and characters class, can have methods that share the same name but do different things. So for example, add and add shared the same name, but they can do different things. And print shared the same name, but they can do different things. So both classes contained add and print methods, same exact names, but they did different things. And why is this possible? Well, polymorphism, because first of all, and second, because whenever you used a C object, it knew that it was from the character's class thanks to this. And whenever you use an N object, it knew that it was from the numbers class thanks to this little declaration right here. So whenever you called a method on N, it automatically looked in the numbers class to find that method. And if the method wasn't there, then it would get an error. So by the declaration, that's how it knows what methods to use. If you're saying that's all polymorphism is, yes, that's all polymorphism is. It's really simple. I mean, there are a couple other tweaks and a couple other things you need to know about it, but like the core of polymorphism, that's all it is. The fact that you can have different classes with the same method name in each class. So that's that for this tutorial. I'm sorry it wasn't more confusing than that, but I mean, if you want something confusing, then, just go figure out a Rubik's Cube or something. So, thank you guys for watching. If you want all the source code for this tutorial for free, click on the link below. It'll take you to my forum. It's an awesome forum. You should probably sign up. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys later.